little bit of kind of breaking news, I guess you could say, coming out of UNC regarding UNC football.
Uh-oh.
So a little touch of breaking news here. Tez Walker, wide receiver that transferred in from Kent State, has a couple years of eligibility remaining. He was granted an immediate eligibility waiver from the NCAA, but according to Mac Brown and according to others, he has a press conference going on right now. Mac Brown says UNC is trying to secure his eligibility. He had his waiver for immediate eligibility denied after it was originally granted. So Mac Brown said, quote, he's only played football at one school and should be considered a one-time transfer. So here's where things get kind of messy. Remember that whole COVID situation in 2020?
I think I remember
I think a lot of us have tried to forget it. So here's where this comes into play. I'm curious how this is going to work moving forward. So in 2020, Tez Walker was enrolled at NC Central. Now in 2020, basically every FCS school, with the exception of a few, canceled their season because of COVID. Talking about like funding, worried about testing, all that stuff. A lot of seasons got canceled, including NC Central's. They didn't play in 2020. So he transferred to Kent State, where he played in 2021 and 2022. So the reason why the transfer was because the football season was canceled. Never actually played for NC Central, but he did enroll in school there. So he still has 2 years of eligibility remaining. But because he's considered a second-time transfer in the transfer portal, that's when you have to sit out a season. So that's why the appeal for an immediate waiver of eligibility, that's where that comes in. Because, yes, officially he is a two-time transfer, but the reason for his first transfer was because the one season got canceled, never actually played, never actually put the pads on for that team. So he's only actually ever played for one. So this is where things can get kind of dicey now, I will say, for the NCAA. In my honest opinion, in these kinds of situations, he should be eligible to play right away. 100%. I get the caveat, the transfer portal, a second-time transfer in. Again, a lot of these things are depending on circumstance, but a second time into the transfer portal, not being eligible to play, I understand that. But in this type of situation, he should be eligible to play. That's my honest opinion when it comes to that. So we'll see what things are going to look like for Tez Walker, the wide receiver, the transfer in from Kent State that was brought in to help Drake May this upcoming season. You lost a guy like Josh Downs into the NFL. You had some really good players on the perimeter for UNC that are no longer there. But nevertheless, we'll see how this shakes out. I'm sure, hopefully the NCAA, in my opinion, I hope they do the right thing. In my opinion, this guy should be able to play right away.